Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm playing 4-player giveaway chess, where 4 players race to give away their pieces and capturing is compulsory. My goal is to get 3 victories. Let's get started with game number 1. Alright, game number 1, we get the green pieces, which means we actually move last, which I think is a good thing, although I'm not totally sure. White is a 1600, blue is a 1900, yellow is a 1400. I'm gonna start by pushing this pawn. Actually, no, because that unleashes this. Well, maybe it's okay. I'm gonna start by pushing this pawn with the idea of giving away my queen, and then if I do take this pawn, maybe I can give away my bishop right after. Nice, now this pawn is defended. Yellow had the same idea we did, so we're gonna go ahead and capture on this square. And the problem is it gets tricky when there's all sorts of different available recaptures. Like I didn't even see that the bishop could take that pawn. So it's our turn again. Let's take here, just complicate things as much as possible. And yeah, this is getting pretty funky right away. All right, we get 2 more recaptures. It's our turn. Let's go ahead and take here, with the idea that red can recapture. And I guess I should just try to have on the table as many possible recaptures as I can. Okay, so this is the part where yellow has to start making some decisions about which pieces to capture. So right there, captured a bishop. There's no more pawns for yellow to capture. Do I have any pawns I can capture? Yes. I could just take here. And now I allow blue potentially to recapture and yellow can still take my queen. Okay, we get that capture from red. And obviously all 4 of us are moving our queens around like crazy, trying to lose them off the board because they just have so many recapturing abilities that it's really a liability to still have your queen at this point in the game. All right, finally we lose our queen, which is actually a great thing, but now it means we have to start thinking about how to lose our other pieces. I'm gonna take this pawn. I mean, as long as I can take pawns, I will. Okay, we drop the knight, which is a good thing. So we can either capture here or we can capture the knight on whatever square that is. Those are our only 2 options, again, because capturing is compulsory. And I think I'm gonna take this knight. I'd like to at least give my opponent the option to take my bishop, which loses me a bishop, and potentially could be favorable for red because it could lose them the queen. Okay, red has a totally different idea, taking a pawn that's not even defended. Oh, it is! Oh wait, never mind, it's defended by blue. Okay, interesting. It's our turn once more. We have 2 new options on the table. 3 technically, but I wouldn't even consider taking the queen. I'm going to recapture yellow, with the idea that I give blue a way out by just taking this rook, although there may be a better option that I'm not seeing. Because blue probably doesn't want to take this queen. But then again, blue is 1900, so they may be reading right through my plan and understanding what I'm looking for. Okay, they take the pawn instead. It's our turn once more. Let's take a pawn as well. I actually forgot that that was on the table. I'm also down to 16 seconds. I do get 5 seconds back for every move, but I have to move with some efficiency. Okay, let's take back... Oh, wait. Is it not my turn? Oh, that's not even... Oh, I was going to try to capture that pawn. Oh, that's ridiculous. Okay, let's take back this. I didn't gain back any time because I thought that this bishop was going to move and capture this pawn. Okay, but we are... I think we're the lowest on pieces. Maybe right there with red. Okay, blue will almost surely take this pawn and not my rook, which does allow me to capture this pawn behind it, which is pretty well defended, so that should be good. Ooh, blue takes a queen. That's a very interesting choice for a 1900 rated player in 4-player giveaway chess. Unless I'm totally missing some part about having a queen on the board. I guess it does allow you to put your queen wherever you'd like her to get captured in the first place, but it seems a little bit counterintuitive. I mean, it leaves this capture on the board. So actually that makes sense. Unless yellow gives me a new capture, blue is guaranteed to lose the queen and it's gonna be me who has to take it. Okay, yellow down to 8 seconds. All right. Is there anything else that I can take? No, it's just the queen. Okay, so blue very carefully finesses me to have to take their queen. Blue may be in the lead now. Okay, yellow, or rather red trying to give away a piece. Blue doing the same, and yellow doing the same. I'm gonna take yellow's king because I'd rather yellow have to recapture. Okay, red plays the only move, which is taking. And blue plays one of the captures, okay. I have no choice but to take back, so I will. Red does the same, and blue doesn't have any captures on the board, so blue can play whatever they please. Okay, pawn forward, which means I do have to capture this pawn. I'm keeping my eyes peeled for any potential captures that I can play. Oh, sweet! That loses us a rook. I didn't even realize that lost us a rook. Okay, we have to take this knight, and then hopefully we can take this pawn as well, force the recapture. Sweet, let's go ahead and take this pawn. Blue's only choice will be to take back, and then somehow I have to lose these pieces, which can be a little bit tricky. Okay, let's play knight here. Hopefully I can reach my knight out somewhere where one of these rooks accidentally has to capture it. Okay, let's play this, looking for knight here. And then somehow I have to drag my king into a position where he's going to get captured. Blue having a deep think because he does have the option to just move the rook somewhere where it has to be taken. Oh, yellow attacks my king? Hello? Okay, so I can play this. Oh wait, if I play here, then red captures blue's rook and then I don't lose the knight anyways. So I'm gonna play here instead. Red will capture, blue will play probably whatever, yellow will capture, and hopefully yellow will also capture my king, giving me the victory. Ooh, no, don't do that. Now blue can play here. Okay, it's my turn. I guess I'll just move the knight out of the way, but most likely blue will play here and take the victory, right? So blue forces everybody's hand. Let's play this. Red will play whatever, yellow will have to take, and then hopefully yellow will have to take back immediately after. Sweet, I'll play this. And we do take second place, sweet. All right, we gain 32 points of rating. We take second place, which is worth 1 victory in this game. Because the way they reason it is that first place beat 3 other players, so they get 3 victories. Second place beat 2 players but lost to 1, so 2 minus 1, you only get 1 victory for second place. And then it's backwards, so third place gets 1 loss, and last place gets 3 losses because they lost to all 3 players. So we do get 1 victory under our belt. Let's go ahead and move on to game number 2. All right, game number 2, we get yellow this time, so we're third to move. I don't think that changes our strategy too much. Let's play the same opening. I think the same ideas apply. You're just trying to give away pieces. And last time this move worked out for us. So let's go ahead and take on this square. Ooh, green has the exact same idea. And red hits us with the recapture. Okay, it's our turn once more. Let's sacrifice over here. And given the option, I will just take pieces with my bishop until there are no more pieces to take. All right, let's go ahead and take here. Because ideally, I'd like to just lose the queen as soon as possible. Okay, green recaptures blue's piece. So blue, I believe on the next turn will have no choice but to take my queen. Nice. And red is captured here, maybe thinking that I'm going to have to take back, but I'm going to take this pawn instead. Green has to now take my bishop, and red on the next turn, I believe, has to take my rook as well. Oh, of course, my pawn. I don't know how I missed that. Okay, so it's our turn again, but we no longer have to take back this rook. How do we give away more pieces? Let's play this. Well, actually, if I play here, our opponent takes, and then there's just 2 different ways for me to recapture. So I'm gonna actually move my king out of the way, put it in the line of sight of red's king, and taking the pawn is always an option as well. Ooh, okay, blue takes red's queen, which is a very unique decision. Let's play the pawn forward with the idea of, oh, I was gonna take on that pawn to try to lose my own bishop. Oh, and somebody says, I really want checkmate, question mark, in the chat. I just said hi. All right, red takes our knight and blue recaptures. So I don't believe, oh, well, actually I do. I can just take here. I was gonna say I didn't think I had any other recaptures than taking the rook, but I can actually take this piece. Okay, this is where it starts to get a little bit scary. It's now blue's turn. It's in blue's hand what happens. Okay, blue recaptures our bishop, and now I definitely shouldn't have any other captures, right? So I have to take red's rook. Okay. And now I have to take the pawn, and hopefully red will have to take back, but red will probably opt to just take on c7. Well, c7, we'll call that square c7. Oh, sweet, red takes my rook. Okay, blue shuffles out of the way. I wouldn't say that we're in the lead by any means, but I think we're doing okay. Let's develop the knight and try to capture this pawn. The red player asks us if we're recording. Yes, we are recording. We are live. Okay, 2 more moves. It's blue's turn. Blue, I don't think, has any captures, so blue is free to choose what he would like to give away. If he can give away anything, is there anything blue can give away? I don't believe so. Okay, so we just get a developing move. Let's take this pawn. Hopefully green recaptures. Okay, green elects to take one of red's pieces instead. Red takes the pawn, and we get knight here. I believe I have to take that knight, and green can either take red's piece or take the yellow knight. Nice. Okay, green elects to take our piece. Red takes our pawn. Means I'll basically have to take back unless blue somehow gives me a piece to take instead. Okay, blue just develops the rook, so I will take this bishop back. Nice, we lose a pawn here. And as long as red doesn't give green any new captures, I think I can just keep giving away pieces. So like king here, rook here, and just give away a bunch of pieces. Although I think I should probably get rid of the pawns first because those are the trickiest to lose later. Ooh, okay. So if I takes back. Oh, okay, green decides to take red's pieces instead, which is not great news for us. Let's play this. Try to force this trade. Ah, but green goes for the pawn instead. Okay, red takes the pawn. Ooh, we can have the choice to take this pawn instead of taking the knight, which I think is a good thing. Red takes back. I really need to lose these last 2 pieces, especially the king, because the king is so slow, it's going to be hard to force losing the king later. Let's take this pawn in the meantime. Okay, green's pawn continues to advance. And red takes it, sure. All right, how do we secure this? I don't think I have a choice here but to take the knight, so I will. Okay, and then red shouldn't have a choice. Oh, actually, red does have a choice now between the rook or the king. Okay, but red goes for the king instead. Blue only has one piece to lose, and they're going to try to force losing it on red. I'm going to give red a different option. I'm going to play, actually, yeah, I'm going to give red a different option by moving my rook here, and somebody has to take me at some point. Okay, green takes. Red can now either take or give blue the victory. No, red gives blue the victory. Okay, and we still have 2 pieces to lose, so this is not looking too hot. Let's play the king over, and hopefully green will take our king instead of taking red's rook. Ah, but he takes red's rook. Okay, let's try to lose the king again. Green should have no choice now but to take. And in one more move, I'll be stalemated, but red will probably move the knight out of the way. Okay, red moves the knight out of the way. I have no choice but to push the pawn. And I do get stalemated. Nice! With that, we take second place and grab our second victory. Let's go ahead and see how this plays out. This is going to be an extremely long game if it's just 2 knights running around the whole time. But red is sure they will not lose, and green perhaps is also sure they will not lose. It's really interesting, we can see red's arrows. Green actually commented in chat that this can't end, but I believe it can. It seems that by keeping 1 square distance away, there's no way for green to actually force red to capture. So it happened here, it happened on these 2 squares, and it happened again on these squares. But now they've separated a little bit, so they might converge again in a slightly different position, or red can just return and secure the opposition, basically. Okay, green approaches. Green seems to just be mimicking red's moves, so whatever red plays, in this case, red played up and over. Oh no, green played differently. Ooh, and red is a little bit cornered here. Oh, red loses the game here, I believe. I believe green, yes! Oh wow, green actually took it home. That was incredible. Okay, we still got our victory, but that was a super, I would argue that ending was more interesting than the first 2 games combined. That was very amusing. But we still get our victory from getting second place. Let's go ahead and move on to game number 3. All right, game number 3, we get the green pieces, which means we get to move last. We get 2 recurring players, yellow and red were in the last games, and we get a new player in blue. Okay, red starts with a different opening, developing the knight to the side, probably trying to lose it to this pawn. Let's start with our same opening. I feel like it did us perfectly well the first couple of times. Not to mention, red's only option now is to pretty much capture with this knight. Well, not with this capture anymore, but that was the idea. Let's go ahead and take. Red says hi again. Let's say hi. Okay, red recaptures. I like that we have these 2 pieces in our vicinity, although I feel like the bishop could disappear at any moment, but the knight has to stick around, so maybe I can chain together some captures with the knight. Okay, let's go ahead and drop the bishop. So obviously yellow is also trying to lose their queen. Let's follow suit. Let's give blue a moral dilemma. Let's take and see which queen blue would rather take. Because blue, I don't believe, has any option. Yes, blue decides to take our queen. I was going to say blue doesn't really have an option but to take one of the queens. Okay, and then yellow takes back, so we might actually all lose our queens, which is a good thing for us. We have only one move, which is to take the knight, so we will. Okay, and maybe we can give away the rook on this square. I can also recapture the bishop, but I'm more interested in dropping the rook, and hopefully I can get this king off of my back, because that was an issue in the last game. Okay, let's play this, take a pawn. I'm always happy to take pawns, that's not an issue. And yellow now has to decide between these 2 pieces or red's king. Or actually the rook as well. Wow, there's so many options constantly on the board. Okay, wow, yellow decides to go for the king. Interesting. Let's go ahead and take a pawn. Hopefully, one of these bishops has to take something, right? Okay, this bishop disappears to take a pawn. There's still 2 bishops on the board. Nice, we lose our king, which is always a little bit complicated. So let's take this pawn. And at the end of these captures, instead of taking this pawn, I'll probably just take the knight and basically force a recapture. Ooh, red takes a rook. That's a pretty bold move. Blue takes a bishop, and yellow takes back. Okay, now I can take the pawn because both of these pieces potentially have to recapture, although blue might just take the bishop. Ooh, blue takes the knight, okay. We have no choice here but to take back. Hopefully we can just drop the rook off somewhere. And we still have a couple of pawns to lose, which could be a little bit frustrating. Okay, let's play. I believe we're free. Oh, after yellow moves, we might be free to play anything. Okay, yes, we are free to play absolutely anything. Let's make some wise decisions now. Okay, blue probably doesn't want to take. Well, maybe they do. Okay, I have 12 seconds to decide. You know what? Let's just play this. Centralize the rook. Hopefully yellow takes our rook. Oh, and blue does take yellow's rook, but maybe we can drop off our rook somewhere here. Okay, we still can play anything, so let's put this on the board. Okay, drops this. I'm looking to lose the bishop and then maybe even lose the knight. I still have a lot of pawns to lose, which is not going to be great. Unless red takes care of it for me, which would be nice. Let's take. Okay, nice. We do get that recapture. Blue is going in for the win here. But the problem is blue still needs to lose a pawn, which can be a little bit frustrating to lose. Okay, do we have no choice but to take the bishop? Yep, we have no choice but to take the bishop. And we're getting to the point now where we might be able to just calculate everything. See what yellow plays. Okay, yellow pushes the pawn, which leaves me no choice but to... Ooh, actually I could take the bishop. But I'd rather take the pawn. Let's take the pawn instead. Okay, knight forward. I'm going to take... I guess I have to take the knight, otherwise I can lose this pawn. Or otherwise blue can lose this pawn. Okay, we get this push, sure. Blue pushes as well. Okay, king comes forward, but I'm going to take this pawn instead. I'm trying to take everybody evenly because I might end up losing this completely. Okay, we do get that recapture. Okay, yellow takes. I have no captures on the board, so I can play anything now. Let's play this. Hopefully force this capture. 14 seconds left. Ooh, but red takes over here. Okay. Blue is about to promote. No choice but to promote. And promotes to a king. Okay. Let us push a pawn. Please take. Thank you very much. And hopefully we can actually, I guess I'd have to push the knight instead. So push the knight, rook would take, I push the pawn, and then hopefully I can just win. So I push. Red should have no choice but to take. Nice. Blue tries to offer himself up for the victory. It'll be up to red who wins this game. No! Red gives it to blue, but we will push our pawn and come home with our second place victory, which still counts for one single win. Let's see how this plays out. As far as I can tell, red basically needs to put this knight somewhere next to the king, where the king has to take and then eventually take a rook. Or maybe this works. It's sort of like a box-in sort of method. Oh, look at red drawing the arrows to demonstrate their thought process as well. That is pretty clever. Right, so, ooh, red's plan is just to corner yellow's king until eventually the king has to move somewhere where the rook can just drop off next to the king. That is pretty clever. Ooh, okay, yellow hits him with a diagonal move. A little bit unexpected. That's very interesting. And then maybe yellow can return? But yellow continues to push inward, which is probably not the game plan here. Right, now red just corners him, and wherever yellow moves, red can just give away their rook. Right, so red moves into that square. Yellow has no choice but to move the king over and take the rook. Okay, time for the knight. Will this be any different, or will this be, significantly easier? Okay, so knight can't move here because it loses to the king. Well, actually that should have been fine as well. If the king moves forward, you just drop the knight. Yeah, finally red comes in. Yellow has no choice but to move off of that square. And then red should be able to give away the knight basically wherever the king moves, right? Oh no, why would you pre-move it? Oh no, that would have been a complete victory right there. Oh, and then yellow takes the victory as well. Oh my goodness, what a finale. Okay, with that, we do win all 3 of our games. We got second place 3 times in a row, which each counts for 1 victory. If you guys did enjoy this video, please consider liking and subscribing. Let me know what you guys think of 4-player giveaway chess, and if there are any other variants that I should play. I'll see you guys in the next one.